Good morning and welcome to a pre-market report for 21st July 2022. Now, before we go into the pre-market report, let's look at the news. And on basically the overall news yesterday night was quite low, as the number one news was that the UK inflation level had risen to 9.4%, and then the British Prime Minister race now only has two guys left, that is Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak. And then basically Putin came out and has officially said that he will be honoring the gas commitments of Europe, but said that in the future there can be certain restrictions placed on the Nord Stream pipeline. So this is a very positive news from him, because it has been scaring Europe that it would send them into a tailspin if this was stopped during the upcoming winter. So that's a positive news. Then on the local front, the RBI said it's prepared to spend $100 billion more to defend the rupee. However, I believe that's rubbish, as the rupee has been declining year on year, and the RBI could have done something much earlier, but they are rather incapable of doing it right now. It's too late. They're too late to the party. And then yesterday, all knew that during the market itself, that the government has now gone back on the windfall tax and slashed it, which clearly shows that Nirmala Sitharaman does not know what she's doing. One, she's just too jumpy as a finance minister, to be blunt. And basically with China, the Indian trade deficit has increased, which is a negative news. So let us look at Reliance plus the American indexes, after which we look at the Nifty and Banknifty. Now, firstly we're looking at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is the only index that did well yesterday for the Americans, and we can see that with the candle which it had a spike of around 1.5%. However, it has not been able to now breach the second quarter resistance level, and it's now in a dangerous territory. Now the same S&P 500, it reclaimed the 50-day moving average with the full bar of the day, so that is a very positive sign. However, it could not break above the counter resistance level. So now it's going to be very important to see if it's able to do that. If it's not able to do that, then it can start bouncing around these two counter resistance levels and form a box read. Next is the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones has formed a doji. However, the positive here is that it reclaimed the 50-day moving average. So it's going to be important to see whether it can continue holding that zone. Now the next is the Reliance Industries. Now Reliance had a gap up yesterday, but in the pre-market report, I had covered Reliance again yesterday, and I said for Reliance that there is a counter resistance level at 2539.30. We can see that stopped Reliance Industries dead in its tracks, as it had a gap up, and basically the high it made for the day was 2542. So basically just 2 rupees away from the counter resistance level, and then it got smashed back down to the 200-day moving average. So again, that displays the strength of the counter resistance level. And now if I have to give the next counter resistance level, then let me check on my main chart. And if it were to manage to break this, then the next counter resistance level is at 2605. Where is that? 2605 is roughly there. So that's the next counter resistance. However, I do not believe it's going to breach this anytime soon, as there's a more likelihood of it coming down towards the 20-day moving average and then trying to do a spike up, because this is a very strong counter resistance level. And we can see that yesterday, with all the positive news about the windfall tax and everything, the index could not still breach, the stock still could not breach the resistance level I gave. Now when we come on to the Nifty and Banknifty, yesterday I had given clients 16,540 and 16,600 as a resistance level for trading the Nifty, as that was a main hurdle. Now Nifty basically went towards the 16,600 and reached about 16,580, which it came down. So now that zone is going to be very important for the Nifty to break. And for the Bank Nifty, I had given them 36,400 as a very important zone, and we could not breach that also, even with the powerful gap up. So now it's going to be important to see, number one, whether the Bank Nifty falls towards the 35,600 former resistance, now new support, or it holds around this range. If it holds around this range, it's going to be very bad for basically option buyers, but very good for option sellers. And also, if it can hold on this range or breach 36,400 on the upside. The Bank Nifty is going to be a deciding factor on whether the indexes can continue having an upswing or they're going to come down, as number one, they've risen sharply, and so profit booking is on the cards, because number one, they're at a very strong resistance level, and we are going into bumpy 1-2 days on the global front. So I am personally expecting profit booking to come, and that is how I have aligned myself with the clients. And it's now going to be important to see whether we can stay below 36,400 and 16,600. So that is all for today. Thank you for watching, and do like the video and subscribe to the channel.